Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. Before we get to the main topic of today's video, there's some pieces of new UFO footage that I really want to discuss. First and foremost is this clip that you just saw and are seeing now that's been featured on a couple of other UFO related channels on different websites. And originally when I saw it, and I've known about it for days now, I wasn't going to post on it. Because honestly, I'm not so sure about this, but first, before we go further, I'll give you the background on it. Not much, but the background on this piece of footage is that it was uploaded to a Facebook page by the name of Just Breathtaking, taken from an unknown location, which shows this explosive lightning storm in the background. And right towards the center of the screen, we begin to see a small black object looking like it's exiting the clouds, growing bigger and taking on sort of a saucer-like shape. And then the footage ends. Now also, you'll notice a smaller glowing UFO that passes near the bottom of the screen just above the horizon. And so, obviously, at first glance, this is a very intriguing piece of UFO footage purporting to show what looks like a UFO materializing or coming out of the storm. Some have said it's one of these objects that we've caught before fueling or recharging one of their ships off of the lightning storm. And we have captured legitimate footage of this happening, or so it seems. And so this footage came out, and I thought about sharing it, but I ultimately chose not to, for a few different reasons. So then I started getting some emails about it, and I said, alright, what the heck, I'll post it up, we'll see what you guys think. And as you guys have probably noticed, as this has been looping over, same thing I noticed, which is that first of all, the rate with which we are seeing these rapid lightning strikes, and really just the sheer speed with which these clouds are moving, I've never seen a storm move that fast. And for that matter, I've never seen lightning strikes come one after the other in rampant succession like I'm seeing in this footage. So it became very clear within a few seconds of watching it over and over that this is obviously a piece of time-lapse footage. And for some of you, that may have come immediately, the moment you started watching the footage. But for most people, including myself, when I originally saw it, my attention was focused on the UFO and not so much the lightning and the cloud movement. So after I watched it, I saw, okay, this is obviously a time-lapse video that has been sped up, potentially hundreds of times. And so what we're seeing here, this dark object, is not actually just flying out of the clouds fluently. This thing is moving potentially over the span of hours in this footage that has been sped up to last only 15 seconds. And furthermore, it's been said that there's another craft that zooms by at the bottom of the screen, which once again, when you take into account that this is time-lapse, would obviously be moving much, much slower, and in my opinion, looks like a plane or a helicopter. At some points, it looks to have a flashing light on it. So that's my beef with this piece of footage, is that it has been portrayed on other channels as some sort of bombshell smoking gun piece of footage, totally leaving out the fact that it's an obvious time lapse. And so they're giving it to their viewers as if it's a normal speed. And so when you realize it's time-lapse, my best guess that this black object, which I will admit, even if this is a time-lapse, whatever this thing is, it does look strange. But really, when you think about it, and in my opinion, this appears to me to simply be a cloud that has drifted away from the main storm and is much closer to the camera, hence the reason it's darker in color. It's also been said that this could be a small opening in the clouds. But again, from the moment that the video starts, and it's actually still daytime, to the point where this object grows inside and it's now nighttime, which makes me think that this footage has been sped up possibly hundreds of times. It really kind of takes the oomph out of this piece of footage, and it's no longer that explosive. But again, I wanted to get your guys' take. I'm getting emails about it. I wasn't originally going to post it and act like it was some sensational bombshell piece of footage, when obviously those who have been reporting on it lately have not been telling the whole story and commenting on the true kind of misleading nature of the video. So again, it's a real strange piece of video. Don't know where it came from, so you guys let me know what you think. So on to the main topic of today's video. A very, very mysterious UFO sighting, which apparently left the man who captured it with absolutely no memory of ever taking the photo to begin with. And so imagine that one day you're going through pictures on your phone and you see a picture there that you have no memory of ever taking. And that's exactly what has happened in this case that has now been reported by a man who, in the paranormal subforum in Reddit, posted a dark picture featuring bright lights in what seems to be a close encounter with some sort of machine at night. The poster said that the picture was taken at a time where he was sleeping, and he doesn't know how that it could have happened as the phone was with him the entire time. So then other users took the photo and made some adjustments with the gamma and contrast, and that's when it became even more interesting. And as you're seeing in this photograph, we have this bright light that looks like a man standing in a field looking up at some sort of mechanical object hovering in the night sky. Now, according to the man who took the picture, the man in the image isn't him. According to the man, the faint tree line that we see in the photograph does somewhat match the same row from a nearby wood at the front of his property. He explained that he lived alone and had no idea who the other person in the image might be. Now, obviously, there have been many theories about the image. Some users thought it looked as if the picture had been taken inside and that the flash was actually caused from the man's phone itself. However, that wouldn't explain the mysterious man standing in his lawn, nor the fact that he had absolutely no memory of taking the photo in the first place. Other theories were that the man had possibly been sleepwalking, or perhaps he had been using an app that had saved the image to his camera roll without his knowledge. And of course, there were plenty of people who believed that the man had simply been visited in the night and possibly taken on board a legit UFO. Many users apparently also pointed out that the two bright lights and the faint shape behind it looked quite a bit like a few other UFO sightings that apparently have been taking place in Mississippi recently. But in the end, there has been no real conclusion as to what happened here. Now, of course, the man could be downright lying, but according to most of the people on the Reddit post, the man is very trustworthy, and they don't believe that he's lying at all, and that something happened here. Now, we all know about the alien visitations, the abductions that have occurred in the past. Now, I know that there's a lot of speculation and controversy as to who is behind alien abductions. Now, we have certain people, such as Dr. Stephen Greer, who we recently had on the channel for an interview, who firmly believes and will state quite bluntly that alien abductions, and I'm talking all of the alleged alien abductions that have ever occurred, are, quote, not aliens at all, but our own military posing as aliens. Now, me personally, and with all due respect to Dr. Greer, I simply do not believe this to be the case. There have been thousands of abduction cases, and many of those same people have, to be quite honest, scoffed at such a claim, and know what they saw, and know for a fact that if nothing else, what they saw on board these craft were not U.S. military men dressed up like little green aliens. So, I'll leave it up to you guys. There's a million theories out there. And although Dr. Greer has done some great work in the past, we also have many other great researchers, and we have a preponderance of evidence that sometimes leads us in a different direction. So I think that a lot of us have little crumbs of the truth here, but to say for a certainty who is exactly behind these sightings, I think is a little bold. But yeah, that's just in terms of abductions. But back to this amazing photo. Let me know what you guys think. Whatever's going on here, it is creepy and pretty terrifying. And yeah, the man has no memory of it, swears that his phone was with him. It's a crazy story, and definitely had to feature it here. So with that, thank you guys for stopping by. Let me know what you think down below, and do stay tuned, because I've got a lot more coming. New videos on the way. I'm still catching up on emails from when I went on vacation, so if you've emailed me, don't worry, I will get back to you. Just give me some time. I'm a one-man show here. Alright, so thanks again, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and stay safe.